You are now live, they say. They say you are now live. All right. Mm. What's up, you guys? Happy new and beautiful day. This is the day that we have made as a collective consciousness, so we must be glad and rejoice in it. I am grateful for this now beautiful moment. I hope that you guys are having an amazing, beautiful Sunday. Um, It's a lot that's going on, a whole lot that's going on. But nevertheless, freedom of speech allows us to be in a space where we can discuss and, have a deciding factor of, where we want to do, what we want to do, and where we want to go after the discussion. All right. So I'm just going to wait until I get a few people to come in. As you know, my IG don't tell me when people are here, so that's fine. Because I'm sure IG has gathered by now that I don't care about talking to myself. I don't care nothing about talking to myself. So I just wanted to say that I'm equally on YouTube as well as Instagram. And so I'm just going to I see some people that are on YouTube, but of course YouTube, it doesn't really disclose who the people are. And then, okay, so now a few people are on Instagram, but I still don't know who they are. I don't know what's going on with my Instagram, you guys. I don't really know who's here unless you guys let me know that you're here. Some people I can see, and most people I don't see. So I think the strange people that I don't know, I see the names of the strange people that I don't know. And then the people that I do know that I'm familiar with, I never see when they actually come on, which is weird. But that's okay. It's all good. But I love to acknowledge you guys' presence here because I'm very appreciative of you guys deciding to check in. But nevertheless, I'm going to go ahead and just get started on what it is that I came on here to discuss and convey. Happy New Day. Happy new and beautiful day. This is a day that we have made, you guys, as a collective consciousness. So everything that is around you in terms of what is being projected is being collectively agreed upon. So all of the things that we see around us, be it good, bad, ugly, and indifferent, at some capacity, the majority rules, right? So the collective consciousness is in agreement with everything that we see going on around us because of belief systems. And when you believe in something, that is synonymous in saying that you give permission for the experience to commence. Okay. So I just wanted to, I always say that, this is the day that we have made as a collective consciousness, so we must be glad and rejoice in it. And the reason why I say that is because we are in agreement with everything that, that is going on. So if you don't like it, then, we have to do some changes. Well, hello there. I know I'm finna chop and screw your name up, but please don't charge my heart. Q Moribe. Moribe. Gratitude for your presence. I am grateful. Hi, NG Brody. Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here. I am so grateful. And remember, you guys, let me know that you are here so I can give you guys a shout out. That's just to show my appreciation for you taking out your time, out of your day, out of your schedule, whatever you're doing, to be a part of my space in synergy. I am grateful. It's just to show you that I'm grateful. All right. Otherwise, I don't really know who's coming on and who's not coming on. My IG is bootleg, which is okay, right? All good. Thank you for having an understanding, Mr. Q. I'm just gonna call you Mr. Q, so I don't further chop and screw you down. Well, hello, Ninja. My baby Ninja's in the house. What's up, my friend? Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here. I am so very grateful. Thank you for being here, my love. All right. So as you guys can see, the title, to which I've also pinned in the comments, and this is what I call the World is a Better Place tour. So, this is the other side of the rainbow that I am presenting to give us options. Because as I always say in my introduction, this is a day that we have made as a collective consciousness, so we must be glad and rejoice in it. And the reason why I say that is that I want to remind you that your belief systems, how you think and how you understand your now moment, is going to always be connected or in conjunction to the majority of how the collective consciousness thinks. And that saying ties into what it is that I'm going to explain to you right now in terms of distractions. We always oftentimes talk about what are distractions, but I don't think many of us understand why it is a distraction and what it looks like and why we do have distractions, because it does tie in to the majority of the collective consciousness, because the majority rules, right? When the collective consciousness comes together in agreement with particular anomalies, right? That is what is going to be projected in the simulation for the experience. Okay. So the majority rules. So now that is why so much effort in media is a very, very controlled substance, right? This is why the media is so controlled, because it has the ability to get the masses to think in on one accord. And so when we think on one accord, that is saying to the universe that the collective consciousness is in agreement with this experience. But we don't really understand how interconnected we are. What's up, Nina Booski? Hey, Mama on the YouTube side. Gratitude for your presence. I am so very grateful that you are taking your time out of your day to be synergy with me. I am so grateful. Thank you, Mama. The media is from them, right? The media. And you know what, I'm going to say, what's up, first of all, sis, how you doing? Gratitude for your presence. I am so grateful that you're able to be a part of the live. This is my sis over here. She doesn't all the time be a part of the lives, but this time I sent her the live and she was able to be here, so I'm grateful. Thank you for being here. So this is how I'm going to make the connection so that we can begin to understand how we are all interconnected and how that interconnectedness is capitalized upon. And when we are in ignorance. Oh, okay. What's up, King Nimbaru? Gratitude for your presence. I am so grateful. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for letting me know that you guys are here, because otherwise, child, I wouldn't know. Hercules, I just got me on some kind of. You better watch out. You better not cry, because if you talk about somebody, they gonna know it. You ain't gonna be able to say it's a lie. Hercules. I'm just joking. I don't talk about nobody, but I just oftentimes wonder how many IGs do they do that to, and then people be on here talking about somebody and they don't even know that they are in the live or whatever the case may be. Fortunately, whatever I say, I can say before and behind. It doesn't matter behind or before, it's all exchangeable. But I just oftentimes like, damn, they don't even let me know who's in the audience so that I can even acknowledge their presence and stuff like that. And then it'd be people that I don't know that comes up that I don't know, and I see when they come up. It's some shit for real. But yes. So I want to kind of like give you my perspective, and I hope that this way of how I'm going to explain it makes it palatable for you guys to ingest and digest and understand, because I am about being quantum simplified, and I'm also about, as I say, I'm on this The World is a Better Place tour to give you guys an option to see things in contrast versus what the collective consciousness is in agreement with, and I'm going to give it the benefit of the doubt. They are in agreement, or we are in agreement with it in ignorance because we know not of ourselves, or we're in agreement with it because we're still, many of us are still moving from sleep mode. We're still under anesthesia. We're still under anesthesia, and we are not aware of self. I want to also say before I forget, a lot of what's going on, believe it or not, is that the truth of you is ready to submerge and emerge, right? So that's why we are searching for the truth. So because we're searching for the truth, that means that in this simulation, we no longer want to experience the alternate side of truth or the deceptional side of truth. So that's why we're seeking truth. But to seek truth is to seek thyself, right? And that is also synonymous for me. And this is, once again, let me put my disclaimer out there. This is how I'm understanding it. So I'm sharing that understanding of how I understand it with you guys, hoping that it, makes it, palatable for digestion. Because like I said, I tried to be very quantum simplified so that we could begin to understand this process in a little bit more simplified aspect of understanding, more so than the complexity of how people are trying to explain these things through stories and everything. This is my story that I'm sharing with you in the manner to which it is very fluid for me. So it makes it a little bit easier, right? Another beautiful, great, amazing, powerful rising. Embrace it and enjoy it. Oh, yes, you right up my alley, my friend. That is what we're going to talk about today. What's up, Anoot? I'm gratitude for your presence. Welcome and being here. Thank you for letting me know that you're here. I'm grateful, right? So this is the day that we have made as a collective consciousness, so we must be glad and rejoice in it. We as a collective is responsible for what is being projected, because the universe is going to respond to give us what we are in agreement with, what we're in agreement in as a collective. And a lot of what we are in agreement with is built off of belief systems, right? And being constantly inundated with a lot of narratives that they use media to present, because media has the ability to reach millions and millions of people. All at the same time, to get us to be thinking at the same time. So therefore, when we're focused on the distractions is saying to the universe that we are in agreement with that distraction. So therefore, it will present itself or project itself as a relative reality for us to experience as a collective consciousness. Now, if you guys need for me to break that down a little bit more, go ahead and start shooting the information or the questions into the chat, and I will break it down as many times as I can, because we need to understand why these anomalies are presenting itself in such inundation, right? Is especially through media and mainstream media. It's because media and mainstream media has the ability to contact millions of people all at the same time. And if they can get our thought process on that distraction, then that is telling the universe that we are in agreement with the distraction, which will cultivate itself into an experience energetically, right? And then that experience will come into fruition to project itself as a relative reality that we want to experience as a collective consciousness. That is why the media facilitates all of these distractions, is to get us on one accord all at the same time, because that is them letting us know what it is. That is their way to inform us of what it is that they want to do with us. And if they can get us distracted into that essence of that information or that anomaly or that situation or that person, people, places, or things, however collectively how they want to navigate that energy, that tells the universe that we want to experience that anomaly, because we are in agreement collectively. Our consciousness is in agreement collectively. That is what keeps us in synergy. That is what is another way of us understanding ourselves, as we are all connected. Although they try to project a relative reality to make us believe that we are separated, but when it comes to them using our unity to their advantage, or knowing that we are unified, regardless of how much it is being projected that we are separated, they use our unity against us, because we know not of ourselves. Because if we understood what our unity could do for ourselves, we will be more united with ourselves and less distracted by the alternate that is going to allow us to experience something that we may not necessarily want to experience. So I'm just trying to give you guys a breakdown. Let me know if you guys understand what I'm saying, so that way I can. What's up, Cosmos? How you doing? No, is that Cosmos? No, that's Mr. Dirt. What's up, Mr. Dirt? How you doing? Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being on the YouTube side and to support the algorithm on the YouTube side. I am so very grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right. All right, so let me know if you guys understand, overstand. Okay, thank you, Ninja. Thank you, Chrissy. I'm grateful. Thank you for, for guys, and then also you guys too, for those of you guys that get, what's up, Papaya? What's up, Miss Galaxy? How you doing, beautiful ladies? Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here. For those of you guys that understand, overstand what I'm saying, go ahead and put that information in the chat. So, for those that are sitting in the back of the class, because I got my front class students, they understand, overstand me, and so they may be able to put that out in the chat. So for those who don't really get it, right? I am here. Okay. I knew that was you. Gratitude. And so therefore, you guys, I don't know where Mr. Overit is at. But also he does a very, very good job in breaking it down too as well. So you guys go ahead and put that information out there in the, if I sound like it, if you guys can shorten it up, because sometimes I take the long route instead of the short route. So if you guys can shorten it up to bring it on home, go ahead and put it in the chat. Who is this? Ara Muscle. Okay. How to deal with negativity and adversity from others. Do you really want me to answer that? Because anything that is being projected to you is, for me, how I understand it, you are in agreement with the experience. So in order to no longer have that experience, there's something about you that you have to change within yourself to submit to a different experience. I'm always going to bring you back to yourself, because I realize that it's not the external side is projecting something that you are in agreement with, right? So I don't necessarily blame the externals anymore, because I realize that is an aspect of what is showing me something of myself that I am in agreement with. So it's really not their fault. Although we've been taught that it's something that they have done to you, but I'm looking at it from an essence of it being something that is being done for me. It's to show me something of myself, to let me know that I'm either projecting that essence or I'm in agreement with the experience of it. So that's how I understand it, because as I say, on the other side of the rainbow, there's no judgment, there's no blame game, because we are really truly responsible of how our relative reality is being projected towards us. Well, thank you, Mr. Ninja. I'm grateful. I am so very grateful. Nina says she understands. Okay, Nina, since you own the YouTube side, break it down to the lowest common denominator. For those that are in the back of the class, I will be so very grateful, right? That'll be awesome sauce if you feel to do so. Now, if you don't want to do it, baby, I'm not forcing you to do it. I don't want you to think that I'm forcing you. But I love it when there is an essence of clarity, and sometimes you never know, somebody can be able to say it a different way, and so therefore it can translate easier. And so this is the essence of unity in terms of how we do this, right? Junk food is a terrible thing. I concur. Although people have been smoking for 50, 60 years and nothing ever happens to them. They don't get no cancer. They don't get shit. So if you believe that junk food is a terrible thing, then therefore it shall present itself to be something terrible, right? It's almost like realizing your worth. Absolutely. Yes, Ninja. Yes, I had to clear that up for my mom the other day, and she felt so good after Oh, isn't it nice, sis? Oh my God. Like, I wish I could have that same essence with my family, but they're growing. They're growing into their knowing, but mine is just a little bit slow in terms of how it's actually coming along. But it is so beautiful when we can get a synergetic consensus. It makes it flow. It makes it flow. It makes it beautiful. And then you kind of somewhat get the fact that, get the gist that they're actually becoming online, right? What's up, Mr. Overhead? My friend is here. I got all my peeps here. Gratitude. I love you guys. Thank you for being here, because, honey, it takes a lot to do what I do. because I understand that my method or my methodology is so unorthodox, to the point where, you know, a lot of people are not, they don't really get the way that I think, which is fine. But, you know, nevertheless, I love it when you guys are here to show the support that you guys understanding. So Nina says, so she's basically saying that no matter what they show us in these times, stay grounded in you, be aware of it, but don't let it affect you. Ashe, Ashe, yes, 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 and yes. Dickie Jr., well, I love you too. Supreme Beautiful Rising. Gratitude for your presence. I am so grateful for the love. Thank you. I'm so, so grateful. Back at you 100,000 gazillion infinite folds. Divine love unto you. I am grateful. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, so how does that tie in to kiss my Converse? Oh my God. Y'all are this. So let me, okay, so the essence of what I'm saying here in the title, once again, it says the world is a better place. So once again, I am here to show you the other side of the rainbow, because we sure have a lot that is going on to distract us, so that we as a collective consciousness can project a relative reality that we may or may not want to experience. So I'm over here on this side to give you guys options, to say that you can choose a different reality to express from, right? Because you are truly, ultimately, you are the power. Okay, that's not going to change. It's either you're going to be a power force for yourself, or you're going to be a power force for somebody else. And so when you allow that somebody else to show for you, you're less in control of how your own energy is going to be used, and it may be used against you more so than for you, right? Or it may create an experience that you may not necessarily agree with, but you are in agreement with, if that makes any sense. You may not agree with it, but you are in agreement with the experience, okay? Because of how we think and our belief systems and how we've been cultivated to understand the process of it all, from the system. So now, you guys, I have a new vocabulary for they, because I remember a lot of times, when we used to say they, people be like, well, who is they? Okay, so they is the system, right? They is the system, aka this simulation, right? And as I was saying, so now I'm not going to say they no more. And if I do say they, I need for y'all to immediately correct me, because it is very important for us to maintain a concise energy into saying the system, because that is exactly what it is. It's a cyst on your stem, right? It is the system, right? That is manipulating our energy, right? Whereas we don't understand how we are contributing to this relative reality on a collective basis, right? So there is a system, aka simulation, that based off of us not being aware of self, facilitates and use our energy against ourselves. We may not agree, but because of the way of how we are metaphysically, we are collectively in agreement with it. Okay, we may not agree, but we are collectively in agreement with it because of the belief system, right? So the belief systems are constantly being propagated through media, through social media, through cultivation, through force, through control, all of these lower densities, essence of expression. And so we energetically invest in it. So therefore, like I say, if there is enough of the collective consciousness in a unified essence of expression in agreement with it, we may experience an energy or a situation that we may not agree with, but we are in an agreement with, okay? Because of how we understand it. So for instance, now they have a lot of all of these fireworks that's going on in the sky, right? Now, depending on where a person is at in terms of how they're understanding their now moment, you got some people that are in victim consciousness. They're looking for a rescue. You got some people that are still moving from the illusion of separation, and they think that as things are coming in to transform and transmute, and get rid of a race of people, or get rid of a energy, or whatever the case may be. This is the melting pot of experiences, because we all move at different levels of consciousness. This is one of the I don't know if it's a fault or if it's a good thing, but there's a plethora of energies that has the ability at this lower level of expression of energy that can be expressed. Okay. Let me see what you got. Let me see. Okay. Ninja is saying, clearly understand all the words that are coming out. Do you understand all the words that are coming out of my mouth? Do you? Yes. Chrissy said, everybody always asking who is they, but those who know. Yes. And I had to go, me personally, sis, I had to go into that knowing, because I would say they too, but really and truly it is the system, the cyst on your stem. Where I got that cyst on your stem from is Tyler, the greatest ninja. He has the full name, you guys, but I call it Ninja, the greatest ninja alive. He calls it cyst on your stem, to which it is. It's almost like being tagged. You know what I'm saying? So we're tagged in a sense where we are functional in this system, right? So it is the system. The system doesn't comprise of a specific race of people. The system prescribes of an energy, right? A dense energy that can look like anybody, right? Amelia Velati, gratitude. I am grateful. Thank you for being here. And the person that is on the YouTube, I'm going to give you an opportunity to self-correct. In the essence of what I'm doing here, if you are not vibrationally sound, I am asking you to remove yourself. If you want to be a part of the process of what's going on here in terms of looking at the world in a different perspective, then you're more than welcome to stay. You got one more opportunity to be an opposing vibration in this essence, and then you will be removed from the chat. Okay. But I am going to give you a chance to think about what you're doing. All right. All right. So, Dickie Jr. said that go along to get along. Yes, it can be looked upon as so many different ways, but I'm inclined to believe that a lot of people move in the essence because we've somewhat been cultivated through projection, through how we interpreted this relative reality, through lineage, right? And also the coding that we are accepting in our DNA. One of the things that I want to say also too is that even though your DNA is facilitating a different, a DNA is expressing energy, right? Through lineage and value of lineage, you do have an opportunity to recode yourself, right? You can recode yourself so that your DNA does not express experiences in a dense level of consciousness. But guess what? You have to be aware of that in order to know that you have the ability to do that. So that's where I come in to give you guys that essence of awareness that you do have the ability to recode your DNA. And one might say, well, how do you do that? You just have to unplug from all of the things that you relatively do not want to experience, because those experiences house a vibrational essence. Those experiences are expressed through energy vortexes that may be fluid in terms of which is synonymous to how we understand it into high vibration, or it may be what we understand as low vibration, to which is synonymous to expressing energy from a denser energetic expression. So you just have to choose within your essence, just in a common way, what is it that you want to experience, what you don't want to experience. Now, I know that a lot of remember now, and I've said this before, okay, that even though the collective consciousness is in agreement with the illusion of separation, even though the collective consciousness is in agreement with murder, even though the collective consciousness is in agreement with victim consciousness and all of those things, right? Plugging away from that is that no matter what the collective consciousness is in agreement with, you are plugging out of it, no matter what it is, it's being said and done, because a lot of people is like, well, it's right there, it's true. Yes, it's true if you want it to be true, or if you want to experience that truth. But if you want to create a different essence of truth, you also have the ability to create a truth that you do want to experience. You're not saying that it's not true. It's just a truth that you don't no longer want to energetically invest in. So now you're going to take your truth and energetically invest in a relative reality that you do want to experience. You're not taking away from it, because there is enough people invested energetically to make it true. So therefore it is a true for those who believe that it's true. Okay? You're not saying that it's not true. You're just saying that I understand the dynamic of how that vibrational vortex operate. I am no longer in agreement with that experience. And now you're going to say what I am in a, yes, you have to vibrate out of it. Yes, Cosmos. Yes. Thank you, Ninja. You have to vibrate out of it. Absolutely. Okay. Right. So I think that, I know that we try to connect our value with stories, but I'm here right now. Right. This is the right now moment, and no stories can help me. I know a lot of times people say, well, the ancestors, but the ancestors are here. You're living and breathing, because that is the essence of energy being expressed, right, through DNA. And a lot of people don't understand, that energy is also expressed through DNA. Your DNA houses an essence of codes and vibrations that has already been expressed, that gives you the ability to tap into that essence, because the memory of your DNA has that energetic expression that you can express from. So we also express energy through our lineage, through our DNA. So if we are expressing energies through our DNA and essences through our DNA, that means our ancestors, okay, is also expressing through us, right? It's so, so you still have the ability, you still got the will, right? So a lot of times we don't tap into your ancestor is to tap into yourself. It's connected. It's already there. You know what I'm saying? They just don't have a physical incarnated vessel to independently express energy, right, through their own visual or their own vessel. So they're dependently, not really dependently, but they're synergetically expressing energy through your vessel, because you house the information that they once housed, that they once expressed in a physical incarnate, right? They may not be in a physical incarnate, but then they are also still living through you. So once again, this is where we are more united than we are separated. Separation this is why they call it illusion of separation. I hope that I am breaking it down so that people can realize that we're more unified than we are separated. We're just moving in an essence of the illusion of separation to create all of these experiences. Now, another thing that I've been saying on every live is that if we begin to understand how the system is presenting their itinerary, because I'm giving you something, I'm just giving you a different viewpoint, you guys, so that you can begin to understand when things are moved into an essence of distraction to get us to be more unified and to bring it our attention. Because remember, energy flows wherever the attention goes. So if they can get you distracted on an energetic anomaly through mainstream media, through social media, right? They get your energy there. So now we are in agreement for a temporary moment or however long, right, for the experience. Okay. I'm doing a very good job. Well, thank you, Dickie Jr. I am grateful. And now I done lost my train of thought, but I'm grateful. What was I saying, y'all? Okay, so Hercules needs some ginkgo biloba. I don't even know how to say it, but something, right, for memory. Short-term memory. So what the hell I was saying? God damn it now. So as I was saying, I don't know what I was saying, but let me try to get back on track. In terms of we are more united than we are divided. I know this illusion of separation allows us to think that we are divided, Ninja, to think that we are divided, but our unity is basically used against us when we move as a collective consciousness, to think that when they use media to get us to get us to think in that essence, right? For experiences that we really don't really want to experience, right? But nevertheless, this is where now you're getting the seeds, right? To get the seeds, for fertile ground to, you guys can plant these seeds so that you guys can begin to understand your now moment in a little bit different of a context, right? Because we ultimately are the truth expressing. Everything is true, regardless of whether or not this dualistic side of expression tells you that it's a lie. Because even at the end of the day, as I've always say, the lie still creates experiences. It still creates true experiences. Okay. So that's the beauty about understanding that all is truth, because you are consciousness, you are truth that is expressing. Okay. So the essence now in terms of what is being distracted in terms of all of these things that we're seeing with the light shows, with the aliens and everything. Remember, that's good. You don't know where you were, but you got right back in there. Hey, Hercules. Right. So that means that all, that I'm on, my truth is really, really pure. I'm in the essence of expressing the purity of me. So I'm grateful. That is a really great perspective. You are insanely smart. Oh, thank you. I'm grateful, as well as you guys are. Because remember, you guys are here. So birds of a feather flock together. Your vibe attracts your tribe. So, you are here. So in essence, there is an aspect of you that is familiar with this knowing. Okay. So there's an aspect of you that is familiar with this knowing. And, you guys know that I'm always going to bring you guys on board with me because I understand that, you are me and I am you. Right. So the essence of the unity is going to show itself to be very viable. That's why you're here. So you the same too. You the same way too. Right. Right. So now this is where who has all the ingredients for it to be self-sustaining, and polarity is one of the main ingredients to ease opposites heat of the scale for it to be able to. Okay, so right, so so with that said, right, in the essence of why we are seeking truth, right, is because we are truth, right? We are seeking ourselves, right? Remember, I said knowing knowledge of self, because the deception now, we no longer, there is an energy shift, right? Where we no longer want to experience the deception or the alternate state, right? So if we begin to understand that they have to let you know, the system has to let you know. So when you understand that the system has to let you know, understand it in a manner to which they are giving you a syllabus, right? For those who have been to college, or they're giving you an itinerary, okay? They're giving you an itinerary, right, of what it is that this density want to express energetically through people, places, persons, and things, situations, okay? So this is what this system is doing, is giving us an itinerary of what it is. So that is synonymous to the system has to tell you what they're going to do. If we can kind of parallel that to they're giving us an itinerary, right? So now let me tie into the collective consciousness, right? So now collectively, when we understand that this is what they're projecting, this is what they're giving us in terms of the list of what it is that they want, that this is what they want to do. This is the essence of the game, right? This is like the instructions of the game. So the next phase of this game, in the essence of moving in polarity, we're now going to tell you, once upon a time told you that alien wasn't real. So now we have leveled into this essence where aliens are now real, right? So let me give you this alien cake. This alien cake to solidify that once upon a time, in level 1, we told you that aliens were not real, right? So now we're 1,707,000,000,000, and now we are saying that aliens are real. So now this is the itinerary. So now they're setting the stage. Okay, they're giving you the instructions that, okay, we're in this another simulations of aliens. Okay, so now they're setting the stage. So now you're seeing light in the sky. You're seeing all of these different, because remember, they've been setting us up, just like Christy said, they've been setting us up for this for the longest through sci-fi, right? Through sci-fi to collectively in our mind get us prepared for the next phase of what this dense energy is going to allow us to experience with a collective agreement. A collective agreement. It has to be collectively agreed. The consciousness as the collection has to collect and agree with the experience in order for the experience to commence. Okay? That's the part that we are not understanding, that as a collective consciousness, even you, though you may not agree, but you're still in agreement with it if at some essence you allow it to be in your space and you have not allocated that energy into something that you do want to experience. What's up, Mary? Hey, baby. How you doing? Gratitude for your presence. I am so grateful. Thank you for being here. You are always so spot on. I'm so glad we all find. I'm glad. But see, the thing of it is, you spot on too, because you would not be here. we're remembering all together. You know what I'm saying? Yes, the system understand how our minds work and use it to their benefit. Yes, because the part of the deception is that the illusion temporarily abated the metaphysical side of how we express. So we were very deeply engrossed in terms of the physical. So that's why the metaphysical side of how the system used our energy against us to create an alternate reality of us moving outside of self was so very easy to do, because we were so honed in or grounded into the illusionary side of just the physical essence of expression only, right? So everything that would have really drawn us to the metaphysical side of the expression of energy was deemed as evil, was deemed as witchcraft, was deemed as something that was not worth exploring, because it was evil, it was bad, right? So therefore, through the fear, right, that was generated in the dense energy expression, we feared to move into that essence of understanding, which was a significant part of us moving in this expression, because that is the part that was greatly and grossly used against us, right? Which is the metaphysical side of self, or the energetic side of self. I mean, many of us many moons ago didn't even really understand ourselves as energy, because we were, what's that word? We were directed to think that energy was in food. Energy was when you exercise. Energy was always from an external value, right? In terms of not realizing that we are energy. We are energy expressing. So we thought that we had to get energy through eating. We had to get energy through exercise. We had to get energy through external. And so that was when we were in agreement to experience an alternate reality that allowed us to understand God outside of self, everything pretty much outside of self. So now there's an essence of us that is awakening, that is now as a collective is shifting the value of that, to which, because the shift comes in when you begin to question, because remember, religion told you not to question anything. We're just to be obedient and do as we are told, right? Whatever that was scripted, we were told not to question it. But then there was something that was divinely innate within us that said, wait a minute, I don't care, they're telling us not to question it, but you naturally begin to question it, even though you were not projecting the questioning, but there was something that was innate in you that was questioning. And so that innate essence of questioning was what is creating the shift that we are experiencing now, because now as a collective, we are getting tired of the external essence of expression, because the truth of us is that we are united, we are one, we are whole. So now there is an essence of us that is slowly but surely migrating into that expression, that we now want to experience a different energetic anomaly. We no longer want to experience the alternate state of expression where we are moving from an external value. We are now coming into our knowing, coming into the true essence of us in an absolute way, to realize that we are more unified than we are separated. Okay, so that's why a lot of what we're going through in this essence is starting to be like a little topsy-turvy, where everybody is pretty much out. We're out of whack right now, because we're, it's just like we're defaulting, like we're going berserk, because the programming for the alternate side of the expression is glitching, right? It's like, and so everybody's like, kind of like all over the place right now, because the essence of us is now starting to become more unified in terms of how we want to express our energy, right? So now they had to up the antes to keep us distracted from the essence of us naturally moving into our unity, right? So this is where the distractions, like, because they know metaphysically, the default, right, or the safety mechanism to not keep us deeply in the abyss of the experience, is that we're going to come back to ourselves, right? So how do you not keep you from focusing on self? Distractions. That's why media was built, TV was built in the 40s. This shit has been planned for a very long time to get us to this point, to formulate distractions, because they knew that the natural default of correction was going to correct itself. So therefore they had to have, the system had to have an alternate to keep us distracted from ourselves, because if we were more focused on ourselves, we would naturally ascend. There is an essence that is coded within our DNA that will naturally allow us to ascend. So in order for the essence of that ascension to be delayed, they use media and mainstream media and people, places, persons, and things to distract you from what is naturally innate in you that is allowing you to ascend. So now they have to use external mediums to get you out of concentrating on self and distracted energetically. So now you can allocate that energy that you would be focused on yourself and naturally evolving and ascending, and you're taking that energy out because you're worried about the light sky, you're worried about the aliens, you're worried about the hot sauce 19, you're worried about the famine, you're worried about the slavery and going to work. But if we did not allow those distractions to take us away from self, the ascension would go a lot faster, because you are naturally innately ascending, regardless of how many distractions they put out there. Distractions is just to procrastinate the inevitable. But as human beings and beings that have incarnated as humans, we are going to ascend one way or the other. It is going to happen regardless. And the essence of the procrastination in terms of being distractions is just something that we are now, as you can see now, the distractions, now we're becoming more in tune and awakened. We are realizing that they are distractions. And so now you got people like me that is here to remind you of who you are, and saying, do not be distracted by the distractions, because the distractions are there to keep you away from your natural ascension and your natural evolution. So now you're not even, that's why, I laughed when that cake came out. I said, all right, we on the right course now, because when they made that cake, I said, all right, we getting there. We like, oh, that's just nothing but cake. I mean, that shit was classic to me. I was rolling when I saw that, right? Okay, let me see. What's up, Leon? Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here. And be delight. Greetings, Empress. Talks to divine truth. I am so grateful for your guidance. One love. I am so grateful that you are here. Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here. This live needs to hit everyone. Chocolate bread. That shit looked good, didn't it, Mr. Over? I was like, shit, I want a piece. I was like, yeah. And the crumbs that was supposed to look like dirt, it would look like it was some kind of coffee cake or some shit. I was ready to go get me some coffee or something, right? Yes, that cake was a fake. I know, that's what I'm saying, right? It's because we are becoming aware that is, in essence, that's another language being spoken without really saying it, is that we are now evolving past the distractions, right? That was what they call it. That was symbolic, right? That was symbolic to say that we were all, yeah. But the thing of it is, Leon, what's up, 1 trillion? How you doing? Gratitude for your presence. Absolutely, aliens are real. Let me tell you why aliens are real, right? Aliens are real because it is a construct for us. It's a construct for us to, how can I say? It's a construct for us to energetically invest in. But in essence, right? Let me tell you why aliens are real. Aliens are you, right? Aliens are me. Because guess what? We are consciousness as a whole. You are consciousness expressing, taking form into an essence of how you are deciding to express your energy and your consciousness energetically. Okay, so we are consciousness expressing. We are the true expressing. So taking on form, right, makes you an alien, right, to either this planet, either this expression. Neil A. spelled backwards, spell what? Neil Armstrong. This is the first I've ever seen it reversed. But nevertheless, whether it's reversed or not, we already know we're moving. Okay, let me simplify it. Okay, I'm simplifying it. Okay. No, baby, I didn't see your last comment, baby. What was it, Leon? You said aliens are real, right? And then you did Neil A. And so I said Neil Armstrong, unless you said something prior to that. The cake was a fake. We know that. The cake was symbolic to us ascending from the distraction. That's how I interpret it. Let me make it clear. Let me make this clear. This is my interpretation of my now moment that I'm sharing with you guys, right? So it may not necessarily be synonymous, but as long as we are energetically, how can I say, vibrationally sound, we're good. You know what I'm saying? It may not be exactly, but if we're vibrationally sound, we're good. At the end of the day, you're here. So there is some synergetic value that got you here. So I'm grateful. I'm grateful for you all. So, keeping it real with Sheila Riddell. What's up, Sheila? Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here. Sheila said that's deep. Well, thank you, baby. I don't know. I guess. Thank you, baby. So in essence of all of that, now in terms of the aliens and different things of that nature, that's an itinerary. That is something that has been, that has been long in the making. In terms of, where we are now, because naturally we were going to ascend, and that's an essence that cannot be stopped. Now, to show you guys where that's more true than not, where they were telling you the truth in a way, is that there is a story about Enlil, I don't know which one it is. It's Enlil and somebody else, right? Where they gave us that essence of the ability to ascend when they were quote unquote playing God in the lab and stuff like that, and there was a Anunnakian God or an essence of energy that decided to give us, or the human experience, the ability to evolve past being a human, right? To evolve past being a human. So if there is any correlation to that story, if I translate it, that's the same. It's synonymous in a sense to say that there is an essence of us that was going to automatically evolve and ascend, right? So therefore, in the 40s, the 30s, and 40s, whenever TV was invented or media was invented, that was built by design to get us into this now moment state where they can control, the system can control the energy to procrastinate the inevitable. But it is already built in coded in our DNA. That the human experience will evolve. Okay, that's something that that is not going to change, right? The evolution of the human experience is going to evolve. So to slow it down, the system puts out the distractions. Keeping it real. They're not showing all the comments. I can see them, but it seems you can't. Yeah, I told you, baby. If I'm missing it, it ain't me. I'm not intentionally doing it. I'm trying to get every comment that I possibly can get. The only thing that I can suggest is that you guys, continuously send them. Because as I say, I can't even see everybody unless they decide to say hello to me. So that's just the nature of, this, of what this is. But I'm in agreement to use it because it's a reach. You know what I'm saying? It can be used for, the benefit or a detriment. And I'm choosing to use this medium as a benefit, for it to be beneficial for us. So just bear with the process of it all. Just go ahead and just resubmit the question, and hopefully it'll fly. Because I'm trying my best to get all of the questions in. Let me see. As I possibly can. Keeping it real, what Sheila says. Thank you. I never thought of that before, being alien. Yes, we are, because we're energy expressing. We are consciousness expressing energy. Okay. And so the shape and the form that we took in terms of express that energy is within this simulation of what we call the human experience, right? The human experience at this density is allowing us to experience an alternate reality, right? And the alternate reality is us moving from a polarized sense of expression of energy to which, one of the major things is thinking that everything is external from us and not really realizing that we are the very thing that they say is separate from us. Okay. And Leon is saying, Neil Armstrong, and this is on IG, YouTube. I'm reading both IG and YouTube at the same time. I'm a one-man show. One-man show. Y'all got to give us sister some props because she back and forth like Venus and Serena, right? Playing tennis. And over here, pow, 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 hitting them. All right. Hold on. That's just living through the moment. All right. All right. So Neil Armstrong was the first man on the moon. Neil, spelled backwards, spells alien, everything in plain sight. We are the aliens. We are the universe in the flesh, experience of life. I had to come back. Yeah, absolutely. We are consciousness expressing. Yes, we are consciousness expressing. That's why I say we all are aliens, right? All of us are aliens because in the essence of how we are expressing this energy, we are aliens, quote unquote aliens, expressing energy in the simulation of the human experience in the essence of our biological, right? We are coded through DNA to evolve the human experience, to which is what is transpiring right now. Just simply put, anything that takes you away from the evolution of you is a distraction, no matter what it looked like. If the distractions are in agreement as a collective consciousness, then that is what the simulation is going to project, because there is an agreement in consciousness for us to experience that energetic anomaly. Okay. Andrew Azert, do you know the opposite of you? The opposite of me is anything that is expressing from an external value. That is opposite. Anything, whether it's whatever. The opposite of me could be me expressing energy at a dense energetic expression, to which what this universe or what this experience know as evil, or what this experience know as a demon, or what this experience know as egregious. Right? That could also be an alternate state of how we express energy. What's up, dimensional traveler? Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here. And that question, guys, came from the YouTube side. Okay. Okay, Mr. Overt, hi. Okay, Mr. Overt. All right. Oh shit. Wait a minute. Hold on. Thank you for sharing. You have helped me on my journey, Leon. I'm grateful. Yes, I get to keep it. Oh, I'm late on these things. I can see in your glasses. Okay, that's good. I'm grateful. You can see my two phones. Neil A. Alien. Mr. Overend, you are a mess. Gems on gems. My battery is dying. Grateful. Oh, your battery is dying. I'm not grateful for that. You got to get a plug. Okay, keeping it. Big gems. Grateful, Miss Galaxy. Thank you. I'm grateful. All right, so there we go. Okay, so I think I'm all caught up because I don't see anything else after that. All right. Okay, so like I say, I'm quantum simplified. Okay. Quantum simplifies for us to understand what is going on in the now, and how all things in terms of his story that is relative to this reality. The reason why we keep propagating his story, because at the time that his story was presented, right, it was presented in a dense energetic expression. Now, when it comes to me understanding the essences of our ancestors are coded in our DNA. Right? So now you got to decide on how to express your ancestry that is coded within your DNA. Is that essence of the ancestry is moving from a dense energetic expression? Because if you are moving from a dense energetic expression, you are going to come in alignment with information that vibrates on that same essence of expression of energy. So that's why a lot of people are still stuck into the essence of Anunnaki. And that's why a lot of people are still stuck into the his story. That's why a lot of people are still stuck into all of these stories, and they're making the story valuable because they don't realize that the essence of their genetics is attracting them to that information that they're making relative in this now moment. Now, the thing about that, the reason why they are allowing that information to flow is because even though it has a story and it has a significance and it gives information about what took place at that time and how important and how valuable it is, the metaphysical side is that the system is going to allow that energy to be expressed if it houses the essence of expressing energy from a dense energetic expression, because they understand metaphysically that the dense energy allows for these low vibrational experiences to commence. Okay, it's all about the energy and you, the metaphysical being, and how you are allowing that energy to be expressed. When you become into the knowing and you become more unified and become more fluid, then the essence of expressing these experiences through density, it subsides because the energy is not there for the expression for those particular situations that are what we know are egregious in nature to be expressed. Now, I know I said a mouthful. I'm going to stop right here. Let me know if you overstand what it is that I just said, because I want to make sure you guys get how this shit is actually going and how we still keep having it. Okay, so if even though we have to work, right? We have to work and we have to, eat to live. Okay, so we don't like it, but we do it because we are in agreement with it, because that's what the universe, that's how we structured. But guess what? If we begin to alternately say, okay, I'm a free being, right? We begin to move things energetically that makes us feel free, whether it's a walk on the beach, whether it's building a sandcastle, whether it's going on a trip, whether it's doing whatever. If you put your state of mind that I am moving in the essence because I'm a free being, so now you're generating an energy, right? To alternate, to transmute what we are in agreement with, right? As a collective. So if we all decided, right, to say, okay, we no longer agree with the dense expression of energy, instant ascension. Because we would no longer be in agreement with the simulation of the human experience being expressed in that energy or in that density, right? Easier said than done, because we have been cultivated through genetics and epigenetics is the memory, right? So therefore that's why I said you got to recode yourself. You have the ability to recode yourself, but of course that information is not going to be given unto you, because then that moves you less and lesser away from expressing density. Okay, dense energy. Wherever attention goes, energy flows. So if they could get your mind to begin to express from these distractions, right, then therefore you are in agreement with it, right? Whether you are thinking about it, whether you're worried about it, you'll be like, oh my God, I can't believe they're doing that. You're giving permission because you're giving it energy. If we take that energy in terms of what it is that we don't want to experience in that essence and put it into what we do want to experience, then the projected or the distraction doesn't have any legs to stand on, because there is not a unified see, this is where unity consciousness is very important. This is why they do. If we were unified, then this relative reality at the density that is being expressed could not sustain. So they use our unity against us by keeping us distracted into essences that energetically create energy to express from in a dense energetic expression. They use our unity against us, and then they tell us that we're separated, and that's not true, because they use our very unity against us in the collective consciousness. If the collective consciousness decides that it no longer wants to experience this energetic anomaly, it has no choice. That's just like pulling the plug. It doesn't have any energy to sustain. This is how I understand it, okay? This is how I understand it. I know, and I'm a one-man show up here. I work, but work is how I want. I say how I want it, and it happens. So even though we work, understand, it's still you wanting to work, if that makes sense. Yes. So let me explain that, because I was explaining that to my best friend. Okay. To have a job and to work is two different energetic expressions, right? Because you can have a job, But if it's a job that you love to do, it's not work. Okay? It's not work. Okay? Now, work, to me, for me, and it may not be the same for everybody else, but this is how I differentiate the vibration of it. Work to me is doing something that you don't want to do, but feeling like you have to do it. That's work. It's taskful, right? It's having a job, meaning that you're doing something that you have a job. It's not work. It's just that you're doing something that you love to do. That's a whole nother different, for me, that's a whole nother different vibrational sense of understanding, because I have a job. I'm doing my job. I love my job. You know what I'm saying? So when you hear people say, I love my job, I love what I do, but then when they talk about work, it's like, oh, I'm going to work. It's not as exciting. I'm going to work because it's taskful. It's work. Okay, you got to put something into it, and it's most times when it's work, it's something that you really don't really want to do. So that's why I said you got to work. You got to work at that body. You got to work at that body. You got to do what you got to do. You got to exercise and work at that body. And when you understand what that work at that body is most of the time is putting in something that you really don't want to do, but you feel like you have to do it because you got the results that you want out of working for it. Is going to either you get a paycheck or you get a nice body or whatever. But do you really want to do that work to get that nice body? So that's why people go to plastic surgery to do that, to get an instant gratification, because they don't want to put in the work, because the work is taskful, right? The work, you working. So that's why I say, for me, to do what you love to do is a job. You have a job that you love to do, right? It's like, a lot of people say job just over broke or whatever the case may be, however you want to look at it or whatever. But even if it's something like that in that regards, if it's something that you love to do, you would never be broke. It will serve itself suitable and beneficial to you, because you're moving in a different essence of how you are expressing that energy in that job. Okay. It's all about, what it is that how you interpret your now moment. That's the most important thing, is understanding how you interpret your now moment. So if you are interpreting your now moment in dense energy, check yourself, check your ancestors that is within you, that expressed energy, in density, and you inherited that essence of expression through your lineage. So now you got to say, well, why is it that, okay, like for instance, in terms of how I understand certain things, right? The Moorish, right? The Moorish, I feel they express from dense energy. The Anunnakian, I feel like they express from dense energies. Now, when you talk about the Pleiadians, right? I believe that the Pleiadians express from a different vibrational essence. It's not as dense as the Anunnakians. It's not as dense as the Moorish. It's not as dense as the neuromelanated being. Okay, because we express energy, through, the dense essence of energetic expressions of how we see our now moment. Okay, so now you got to ask yourself, do I need to, check myself before I wreck myself? Because, we oftentimes, and yes, let me explain something to you guys. Yes, there is a plethora of so many different stories that are out there with your doctor. And let me say some affluent people that we highly respect, which is the Dr. Blair's, the Dr. What is his name? Shit, I can't think of his name now. Bobby Hemmett's. We got Phil Valentine, right? We got those are the only three that I really kind of know. I know there's Malachi York and all of these people, right? Yes, they have an instance of energy of knowledge in terms of what has happened in the past and different things of that nature, right? Still taking risks. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Let me say this to you, still taking risks, as I've said to the other people that are coming on here, because YouTube is a different creed and breed, okay? We are here in a different vibrational essence. It's either you're going to maintain and sustain, or you're going to be exampled as not being vibrationally sound to what is actually transpiring here. And then I will put you out of, if you can't commit to what is going on here, then I will exit you out of the live. We are here trying to get a clarity of understanding our now moment, so that we can begin to move in the essence of how we choose to move, and not necessarily be geared or controlled. And so the reason why I'm doing this, that is what is a distraction. Okay, I'm addressing a distraction, and I'm using this as an example of what a distraction is. It is to take you away from yourself. So this is what a distraction look like. So when you have the bots coming in and the people that's coming in to take you away from you, right? Now I just energetically invested into that essence, okay? But I'm doing that as an example to show you guys what that looks like. So now I'm going to take my energy back. I've made it aware. I'm going to take my energy back, reinvest it in what it is that I truly want to experience. And that's going to be it. Right? Papaya says, what are my thoughts on numerology? I believe that numerology is a very significant essence of, how to express energy. It is a language or a communication all unto itself. The universe, in terms of this matrix, is based off of numbers or binary code. So it does have a significance in terms of, in the essence of a matrix sense of expression through gematria and different things of that nature. So it is a viable source that you facilitate in terms of understanding this matrix, because this matrix is moved by binary codes and different things of that nature. But however you resonate with numerology, that is the essence of what you listen to, right? Unless it doesn't serve you in the way that you are looking for it to serve you. Okay. Everything is, you're very welcome, Papaya. I'm grateful. Everything has a significance in terms of how this simulation has been created. Okay. Everything has a significance. That's why I say I would never refute anything that anyone has to say, because for the fact that you are able to speak it, right, that means that there is an essence of it that was created and it manifested itself and brought itself into fruition for us to understand, overstand, and express from and experience. So it's viable because we are here expressing it and experiencing what we are creating in that energetic expression of it. Okay. So therefore that's why I say I don't have an argument for anyone anymore. Like I don't have an argument. You're not going to hear me tell you that whatever it is that you're saying is not true, because you are truth that is expressing it. You are the truth expressing the very thing that one may not necessarily agree with. So I'm not going to tell you that it's not truth, because I understand that it's true for you. That's why you're talking about it. That's why you believe in it so tough. That's why you will defend it, because it's your truth, because you are truth expressing it and you are giving it energy for it to sustain itself, even if it's just with you. But I'm sure that there are going to be others that are in alignment with that same energetic anomaly that believes in it just as well as you do. So therefore, would never tell nobody that they're lying, that is not true. And I'm going to say it's true, because you are the truth expressing it. It might not be vibrationally sound for the person that's calling it a lie, right? But for the person that is defending it, that is the truth expressing that energetic anomaly at whatever vibrational vortex or density that truth resides. So it's true. It's true for the woman. And I know a lot of people are not going to get that what I say when I say that, because everybody wants to be most people want to be in a debatable sense of saying, no, my truth is more valuable than your truth. I have science to back me up with what it is that I'm saying. And I'm going to say that even though you got science and everything to back you up, to solidify and to justify whatever it is, the truth that you're saying, you got more backative to say that it's more true. I'm going to say that even your science and the truth that is associated with your science is an experience that consciousness is experiencing through that truth, through that science. It has been constructed and orchestrated for the essence of the experience of consciousness, because I pull back the layers. I pull back the biology. I pull back the stories. I pull back the good, the bad, the ugly, and the indifferent, and I go back to one. Right now, a lot of times people say, I heard the other day that there's so many different essences of what ones represent. So even if I say the one, I can say the one is the whole of everything, all things existing, or I can say one is the binary code for this relative reality. But the thing of it is that no matter where I decide to go back to the oneness of it all, it puts me back into my absolute truth, because I'm no longer motivated by people, places, person, things, and stories, right? Because I understand that those are those things are created energetically for the experience that these numbers now start to accumulate and matriculate to be expressed in every experience. So when you go back to one, storyline numbers in binary number 75763 that is producing all of this alien shit, that doesn't exist when you take the codes back and you go back to the binary code as one, because you understand that code number 75763 is an experience. Code number 65792 is an experience, depending on where in the sacred geometry the light is refracting or reflecting in the energetic port. That is, it's when you get into the geometry, the sacred geometry, and you associate it or the web, right? When you get into the sacred geometry or the web and you associate the numerology, right, to the sacred geometry or the web that is creating the matrix, then you begin to understand the point of reference to how this energy is being expressed at what density and vibration. So this is why I say, for me, I'm your energy girl, because this is how I break it. Even though this is the first time I really kind of like explained it, how my brain, how I'm wired and how I understand it, but that's how I understand it. And can't nobody come and tell me that I'm right or wrong. That's how I understand it, because it would be wrong for me to tell you that you're wrong. What's up, T-Love? Hey, Mama, how you doing? I'm grateful that you are here. Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here, right? So that's the beauty about, understanding that no matter where you are, no matter what universe you're in, if you take it back to one, you'll begin to understand the expression of the matrix, okay, that you are experiencing, or that you are agreeing in terms of the essence of the simulation. Getting back to the other side of the rainbow to show you how beautiful this experience is that if we begin to understand as a collective consciousness that we are in agreement with the distractions, no matter how it look, because if you're thinking about it in a good way, bad way, old way, new way, however you decide to think about it, if you're allowing it to be a occupancy in your essence of energy, you are in agreement with it. You're telling the universe that you are in unified agreement to have this energetic essence of expression to create the experience. You are in agreement with it. So the thing of it is that take it out, that's to unplug and say, oh, that ain't what I want. I'm not, whenever they come to you with the itinerary, because like I said, if we understand that they are coming to you with an itinerary. So synonymous, for those of you just coming in, synonymous, the distractions, right? Or the system has to let you know is them giving you a syllabus, is them giving you an itinerary of what it is that they are programming into the simulation. So you have to be in agreement with how this system is programming this simulation. So they're telling you, this is what we're planning to do. This is the itinerary for this new phase of this simulation, moving at this low vibrational density of energetic expression. This is what we got in mind. We're gonna, this density, if you still want to experience this low vibratorial essence of expression of energy, this is what the agenda is. We're going to give you the hot sauce 19. We're going to give you the COVID. We're going to give you Planned Parenthood. We're going to give you depopulation. We're going to give you the World Trade Center being this, and we're going to give you this experience. We're going to give you terrorism. We're going to give you war. Because this is what this simulation is. We're going to give you government. We're going to govern your energy. We're going to make sure that your energy is being used in the manner to which we deem is necessary. This is what this simulation, this is the itinerary of the simulation. So when they go on the news and they tell you that, this got killed, we're going to give you news about murder. We're going to give you news about corruption. We're going to give you news about pedophilia. We're going to experience pedophilia. These are all the things. These are the agendas, right? This is everything that's on the agenda in terms of how these programmings is going to be in this simulation. I'm giving y'all something. I'm showing y'all how it is. If you understand it this way, then you will pick and choose wisely. Right? You see how I'm understanding it? I'm like, okay, then I'll put on the table, this is what this simulation is offering me. Every time you turn on the news, they ain't got nothing good to say. Right? Because this is what this simulation is offering me, an alternate state of expression of energy through the illusion of separation. So I'm in agreement with every time, right? If I agree with it, this is what this simulation ain't for no unity consciousness. That's why they always give us things to divide us. This is why they always give you programs of racism, programs of pedophilia, programs of race and gender, right? Programs, all of these are programs. That's what's on the agenda, right? Of this system. So when we, even if we don't like it, right? Oh man, I ain't with that shit. I ain't with that shit, but you're giving it energy. So instead of saying, man, I ain't with that shit and this shit is bullshit, then no, don't say that, because you're still giving it energy. You now got to say, oh, this is what I do want to experience, and then start giving you your energy into what you do want to experience. Don't just, because, okay, that, like they say, negative publicity is still good publicity because of where it energetically resides. So they don't care how they get the energy, what story is associated with it, as long as it meet that dial, that it creates the right vibrational energy for this simulation to be effective. They don't care what the storyline is connected to it, as long as it is meticulously placed in the essence of where it resides vibrationally and dense energetic expression. So any story, any aspect of history can be associated with it, as long as it generates the energy that is necessary to sustain the programming. Okay? So all y'all stories, right? Of course they tried to make exactly, because Michael's energy was set at a different tone, right? And they gonna like, this motherfucker, he coming up in here with on high, right? And we need this bitch on medium or low, right? And he coming in here. That's why he will always be in the hospitals and everything, because he was moving from a different expression of energy. That's why he was very protective of children, because he understood the dynamic. So he would leave residue energy that would kind of like somewhat be awarded off of the children being subjugated to low vibration. Because when you are diseased and you have cancer and different things of that nature, that makes you that means that you are moving from a low vibrational essence of energy, right? Of how you are internalizing the energy. Now, a lot of things what I understood with children and children that have cancer, right? They are the MVPs. And let me tell you why they are the MVPs, right? They to alter the state of this simulation so that we as human beings had the ability to ascend. They came in to absorb that dense energy, right? As children, the purest energy that's coming in. This is where now the essences of the energy is now coming in to transmute. So when you didn't understand why children came in and they get cancer and everything, Michael understood that these were souls that embodied to absorb the density. So this is why we have a lot of accelerated changes that are coming in, because these beautiful souls that we knew as children, right? They were not children. They were expressing as an incarnate, but they came in and they absorbed that dense energy. Cancer, leukemia, HIV, what is it? All of these egregious low density vibrations, they came in and they absorbed it, right? So they sacrificed themselves in terms of what we look like in terms of the avatar for the greater good of mankind. Even though crimes against humanity was taking place, we still had very powerful souls that came in as children to absorb the density. Now, that's a whole nother level of consciousness to see that particular type of situation in that way. But that is, to me, is the MVP award. And so they understood the dynamic of what it is that they were going in to do, and it was to transmute the energy. The system said, this motherfucker got the nerve to come in here on high. Yes! Hercules, it's over it. He got the nerve, right? So in essence, when Michael used to be at the hospital all the time, from a metaphysical spiritual perspective, he was paying homage to those children that decided to come in to absorb the dense energy, that real true MVP. And so they say, if I come there, I'm just going to come in and come out, absorb, come in, come out. Yeah. Get it, do it, get it over with. It's very hard for us because we move so much from an external value. It makes it difficult because we're very emotional and different things of that nature. So we don't understand what is actually going on. But when you become more metaphysical, more so than the physical, or you become more within the unity of yourself in terms of the truth of you, you begin to understand things from a different level of consciousness. The same thing that I would have been sad and distraught about, and why my child and everything, that in that essence, that is expressing density. Okay, that is expressing from a dense energy, because now you feel victimized, and victimization is a part of the dense energy of expression of energy. Okay, but then when you move into this essence of how to express energy and understanding that same energetic anomaly, Michael understood that these were the MVPs that were coming in. They came in to absorb the dense energy, and so therefore that mankind, a human experience, would no longer be stagnant, because it has the right to ascend. Okay, that's our natural innate ability, is to ascend. Okay, guys, I've said a lot. Let me know if you guys understand what it is that I'm saying, both on YouTube as well as IG, by dropping some nines, because I've said a lot. But I just wanted to make sure my thing is to be clear and cogent, in terms of how to express the energy, right? So that we can begin to understand. I'm grateful, Joe White. Thank you for being here. I'm grateful on the YouTube side. Papaya, head of the class, front of the class, front of the class. T-Love, always front of the class. Front of the class always be 999. Front of the class is always 999. Oh, God. 999. Chandra, 999. Mr. Over, front of the class, front of the class. Where the back of the class at now? Hey, listen, it's 11 of y'all over here on the IG side. So, and I don't know, it's 3 of you guys that's over here on the YouTube side. So where the 9s at on the YouTube side? So you mean to tell me y'all don't overstand? I gotta send one of my students over there on the YouTube side so y'all can get the gist of what it is that's going on. All right, so I'm grateful. I know y'all get me. Y'all always get me. It's always the ones that are in the back. So let me say this, right? I'm in no war with anybody in terms of how they want to express energy, but begin to, my last ride this morning was $9.99 in ice cream. Hey, Hercules, that's confirmation. That's what's up. Let's see. Oh no, that's me. That's my pen. The world is a better place. That's right. Okay. All right. So at the end of the day, you guys, when we begin to understand the essences of, how we are understanding our now moment, right? You don't let the energy linger. You always place it, right? Because then if you displace it, then somebody else can pick it up and place it for you. You lose the essence of how you are actually controlling your own energy in terms of what it is that you want to experience. So now I'm going to get to the good part. Live your best goddamn life. And let me tell you metaphysically why. That you must live your best life. Okay? Because that changes the paradigm. When you no longer is distracted by the programming that is soliciting your energy. Right? Okay? You in church. Okay, nothing wrong with that. All right? Right? Live that motherfucker, y'all. Hercules. Mr. Obi, don't get me to acting stupid. You know you can bring out that stupid in me. Oh, yes. Live your motherfucking life, all right? Do not be, I don't care how serious that shit is. They are asking you for your energy, right? That is on the agenda to keep the simulation going. And when you plug into it, that is giving them permission. This universe, you're telling the universe that you are in agreement with the experience. Okay? All right? But when you live in your life, right, and you're focused on, being, opulent, and, even though the opulence may not be presenting itself in the essence or the manner to which you would like to experience it, you still stay focused. Because now I'm learning, I'm like, I want to be 135 pounds, right? I don't know, that I probably look sick. But, I understand that things are going to become in alignment to what it is that I truly want to invest my energy in, as long as I'm consistent in terms of investing my energy into that essence, right? What's up, Miss Carmen? Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here, Mama, on the IG side. I am grateful, right? So focus on what it is that you want to focus on, right? Understand that your AIs and your ITs and your ABCDs and E's, F's, and G's, right, are experiences, okay? Right? It is all for the expression of the enemy. Don't be reactive, and you damn sure do, and you fuck the system. That's true. If you don't allow the distractions to commence in terms of how you look at it, whether you are worrying, and understand, if you are bothered by it and you don't reacclimate that energy into something that you want to experience, you're leaving that energy to be lingering, so that it can still usurp that energy for the experience that you don't want to experience, right? These energies are coming in to get us into this space. Y'all gotta let me know if you. And I know the ones that get me. I know y'all get it. Y'all get it. So there's no question of that. Okay, right? But if you focus on what it is that you do want to, we are the aliens. God damn it. That's right, Mr. Overett. We are consciousness expressing in a simulation. The human experience is a simulation. We are coded to ascend. They tell you that in the story of Yakub or Enlil, and I don't know who the next one is, but it's somewhere along in the mix of that, right? Right? But you are coded to ascend. They knew that this ascension was going to take place because they knew that there were going to be frequencies that were going to activate it. So now they got to keep y'all asses distracted like overtime. I remember when TV went to 24 hours, and I was like, God damn, everybody was so happy about TV going to 24 hours. Nah, bruh. They understood that they had to keep that shit on rotation. They had to keep you distracted on every level to keep you away from yourself, because you are naturally ascending. You're naturally ascending. You are coded to ascend. You're coded to ascend. And when you have the essence of your ancestors that expressed energy at a density, right? Some of them express energy at a higher vibrational essence of expressions, to which that is where a lot of us are ascending into that essence of the ancestry of our DNA. So we are now ascending into the essence of the ancestry of our DNA. So our ancestors they're not gone. They're within us. And many of us are ascending to the essences of that. But then you got to realize where in terms of your lineage did your ancestor create that epigenetics for us to express from? Because now, if you realizing that everything that your ancestor is you are emitting or projecting from your DNA, right, is dense in nature, and it's moving in the essence of illusion of separation, right? Then now you got to recode or recalibrate that energy. Right? You got to recalibrate that lineage in terms of so that you can ascend your ancestors, because your ancestors is looking for you to ascend. So, because if you ascend vibrationally and recalibrate and recode the essences of your genetics, then they ascend too. Because we are more united than separated, right? So this is how you begin to understand the unified essence, because like I said, right? They use our unity against us because we have to be collectively in agreement for this simulation to commence. That's why social media and mainstream media is on constant rotation to keep you distracted from you. So if I could get all of y'all to invest energetically in social and mainstream media, and I get everybody instantaneously in agreement, the universe is going to say, oh, damn, instantaneously. They are in agreement with this simulation, so let me project this experience. Don't be distracted by the distractions, because all of it is a distraction. Everything that's on the itinerary that you don't want to experience, you have to recalibrate that energy into what it is, or acclimate that energy into what it is that you want to experience. Do not allow it to linger. Invest it. Invest it into an anomaly that you want to experience. They use our unity against us from the collective consciousness, you guys. We are unified, and they use our unity to our benefit, but then tell us that we're separated, that we're black, we're white, we're yellow, we're green, you're Haitian, I'm Jamaican, I'm American, I'm this, I'm that. You're gay, you're straight, you're this, you're that. No, you are consciousness expressing. You are consciousness expressing from the programming of this simulation, which is black, which is white, which is gray, which is gay, which is straight, which is transhuman, which is transsexual, which is all of these are all programmings, right, of the simulation, right? This is how I understand it. I'm just simplifying it the way I understand it. These are all programmings to express energy through as consciousness, right? The truth expressing. I'm free and happy consciousness. Yes. Yes. That's why consciousness should live its best life in this simulation and pick, choose, and refuse wisely what it is that they truly want to experience. And it's okay. It's okay. Just where the energy reside. Where the energy reside, where the energy reside. Where the energy reside. Like they say, where the money reside, where the money reside. Where the money reside. Where the energy reside. Where in the web or angle of light does this experience vibrate? The energy of it that makes it tick and click, right? If we begin to understand what this system is putting out there, right? They're giving you an itinerary of what it is that this simulation is going to project. Your agreement is when you give it energy. Your agreement is when you do not allocate that energy into something else that you do want to experience if you don't want to experience what is on the syllabus or the agenda for this simulation or this matrix or this web or whatever you want to call it, okay? Or this angle of light of how it's being expressed. It got so many different ways of understanding it, understanding it, and overstanding it, okay? Okay? Live your best goddamn life. That's right, Mr. Over. Live your best life. Even though the collective consciousness is in agreement and it's projecting that essence of what that is, but if you ain't with it, let it go. If it don't fit, you must have quit. If it ain't stride, you can't let it ride, right? I don't know. I'm just making up shit, right? Okay. Live your life. Live your best life. Do the things that you want to do, right? Do not be distracted by the distraction that keeps you away from you focusing on your ascension, right? You are naturally coded to ascend. You're naturally coded to ascend. So all of the illuminations in the skies, the Anunnakian, all of these different things, the Sumerians and all of that shit is distractions to keep you away from you. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. Where does this shit reside? Does it put you in fear? Oh, there's going to be death. There's going to be this. There's going to be that. And people are going to die. That's the programming. That is the simulation, right? They done gave you the itinerary. They tell you before it's going to happen, right? They tell you. They give you the itinerary. When you walk into class, they give you the syllabus. This is what we're going to do this semester. Okay, this is everything that we're going to cover in this semester. So they're giving you the goddamn syllabus, right? And then when you look at the syllabus and they were, oh, we're doing calculus with the emphasis of applied math. Oh shit. Let me go ahead and not take this class. And let me go and replace that class with a class that I can get an A in, because this shit right here ain't gonna give me an A. You understand? I'm just trying to break it down to the lowest common denominator so you guys can get the gist of what it is that I'm saying, right? So when they give you that syllabus and you look at what's on this year for this, on what's going to happen in this semester, right? In 2030 and 2025. So in 2025, course number 2025, this is what's going to happen in 2025. So when you look at what the syllabus of what's going to happen in 2025, you go like, oh hell no, nah, bro. Yeah, I ain't finna pass this goddamn class shit. Let me go ahead and withdraw, withdraw from this class and get in a class that I can actually make an A in. You feel me? There's something that I do want to experience that's going to give it. I'm just trying. I know I'm a little bit comical about it, but I'm hoping that I'm giving some kind of clarity of how this, this system is actually working. Okay. What's up, Carissa? Hey, mama. On the YouTube side. Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here. Right? Right? Sis. Thank you, T-Love. Mr. Over said, whatever get you into the high side of the dial, like Michael Jackson, go with your happiness. That's right, go with your happiness. But see, the beauty about Michael, he was absorbing a lot. He absorbed a lot because remember, even with him being, thank you, Mama. Thank you, Papaya. Papaya said, gratitude for the sense of humor. I'm grateful. Even though Michael was another fellow absorber, because remember, they said he had a childlike mind. He had a child like heart, right? And he always, looked at himself like, Peter Pan and different things of that nature. So, he had the same ability as the kids that came here to absorb the density that created illness, such as cancer and different things of that nature. All of these illnesses that is also a part of this agenda. Now, to give you contrast, right? There is information that is coming out, energetic information that is coming out to say that the body can heal itself, right? But nobody never knew that the body can heal itself because we were not vibrationally astute to understand how the metaphysical side of the expression of our vessel did not necessarily need to move from an external value in order to be healed. But now that we have vibrationally ascended into this knowing, it is now coming into the essence of us knowing that, we can heal ourselves, right? We ain't necessarily had to move from an external. And so we got all of these beautiful stories and beautiful souls that have come in to absorb the density so that it would allow us to begin to be into the space to understand ourselves in power and no longer in the essence of external or docility, right? Because there's nothing docile about us. It's just that we're not moving in the essence of knowledge of self in order to know this aspect and then apply it in terms of how we express our energy. You had to remember. And it's not necessarily that you didn't know, you just have to remember, because knowledge is frequency based. When you ascend in a frequency, you begin to understand yourself more to the essence of the absolute aspect of what you are, more so than expressing from the illusionistic aspect of what we were experiencing in this density. So this is why the essence of our ascension was somewhat how can I say procrastinated, because the more you ascend in frequency and vibration, then that truth ascends right along with you. The way you understand your now moment also ascends. Right? So that's why I say, to give you an example of what that looked like, someone that is moving from a low vibrational state of understanding would see that child as, why me? Why my child? Why my child had to die of leukemia? Why my child had to die of cancer? And then that they're going to express it from like they were being victimized. But then you understand it from a higher level of consciousness, is that they came in to absorb the density. So therefore their stent, as even though they look like a child, their stent here was, or their Their expression here into the simulation was just to absorb the dense energy so that we as human beings could ascend, right? So that our ascension would not be procrastinating in the essence of the inevitable, because we are coded to ascend. um let a reset on game, yes, like a reset button on the game control, absolutely right. It is a default mechanism, a safety mechanism, so that we do not remain sleep to the point where we get so deeply embedded into the web, we really the recovery is that much greater for us to recover from. Okay, it's a safety mechanism. Okay, that's how I look at it, is as a safety mechanism. So this reset is basically, that's exactly what it is. And so, but in order for that reset to take shape and form, in the essence of what we're experiencing now, is that, people, vessels came in to recalibrate the programming of the matrix, right? I know I put this on Do Not Disturb and it came off of Do Not Disturb, right? Okay, right? So I hope that this live gave you life, right? Because as I say, I've made a commitment to free you, right? To free you, to show you that you got options, right? You have options, okay? Um. Oh, hi, Mary. You back, baby? Okay. Mr. Over it. Okay. It's basically doing the polarity of your habits that may inflame your vessel. Well, sometimes it's not even like, now they got a new movie that Samuel Jackson is in, right? In terms of the cell phones turning in people into zombies. Remember, okay? Aloha, Mystic. Gratitude for your presence, Mama. Thank you for being here. I'm grateful, right? Um, there is a movie that's coming out that's showing with Samuel L. Jackson. I don't know the name of it or whatever, but I can't think of his name. TK God 222 or something like that. He's always going into media, and he's bringing forth some of these. I call them the programmings that's on the syllabus, or the programming that's on the agenda. Because remember, once again, I'm going to say, the system has to tell you, translate that into an agenda, that they're, the programming, the list, right, or the syllabus. What everything itemized in terms of what is going to take place. So if you understand that these are your options to choose from in terms of what it is that you want to experience, and you have to agree with it, right? Then you can pick and choose wisely what experience you do want to experience on that agenda, right? Oh yeah, stop having belief. I can see, the thing of it is, Mr. Over. Let me read what Mr. Over said for those of you guys that are on YouTube. Mr. Over says, or stop having a belief of certain things being an irritant, right? And so to kind of expound on that, if you are moving in the essence of what you love to do, then nothing becomes an irritation. When you know that these are things, these are programs that are being solicited for your energy, then you can pick, choose, and refuse from what it is that you truly want to experience or energetically invest in. When you begin to understand that this simulation, synonymous to the system has to tell you, they are giving you a syllabus of programmings that is there, that is going to take place in this simulation. You have to agree to experience it, right? You have to agree, because you are the truth. You are the power. You are the consciousness expressing. You are the one that is making the decision on whether or not, if you want to be a participant in the programmings or the programs of the simulation. They always tell you these are programs. Programs. These programs here. The TV is a program. Let's watch this program. Let's watch this simulation, right? Distraction, Miss MD. Okay. All right. That's a distraction. Okay. So in essence, right, when you begin to understand that these are programmings that we are in agreement with, this is where you begin to now say, oh, I'm going to pick and choose wisely. Right? Because I am the truth expressing. Okay. I am consciousness expressing. I am consciously expressing in this simulation, right? The programming is me being a black woman, right? That's the programming, right? I signed up for the programming of marriage, right? So a black woman that's married, I signed up for the programming of working to eat, working to live, where I signed up for it. I was in agreement with it, right? So in the essence of the lineage, that placed me into this space because we never knew that we can transmute the energy and recode our vessel. We went along with, oh, that's in your blood. That's in your heritage, right? So like, goddamn shit, we can't change nothing. No, that's in your DNA to have cancer. You are predispositioned to be cancer. So that is true. Because that translate, the predisposition translate is that there is an energetic memory within your DNA that expressed from a density that you now have chosen to express from as well. So that's the predetermined in your genetics, right? I'll break it down a little bit further. So they stop right there. Because why will a simulation that is created to express dense energy tell you that all you got to do is recalibrate yourself energetically to heal that aspect of the DNA that is expressing energy through density? Why would they tell you that you can recalibrate it and recode it and to express a different essence through your genetics? So now, if you are able to do that because you are the power, right? All you got to do is go deep down inside of Butter Love and say, oh, I no longer want to express the essence of that energy, right? And begin to move into the essence of where it is that you do want to express. Now you're recoding. Because the matrix is all about codes. You're not fixed on a code. You are in agreement to the code of what the simulation of the program is. You are in agreement with it. So you can recalibrate yourself, right? Synonymous to that, you can heal yourself. So when you heal yourself, you have healed the aspect of the lineage that we quote unquote call ancestors. You have just healed that essence of that ancestor just as well. Because remember, through lineage, right, through birth, through having the babies and all this other kind of stuff, they said we house and we hold on to the information right within our genetics, right? I'm grateful, Carissa. Carissa said gratitude for this live. I'm grateful, right? See, I'm coming to you about the now moment. I ain't coming to you about the history. I'm talking about now, what's going on now, the now moment, the power that is vested into you right now. Although I understand that people are ready for, all of these stories and different things of that nature, I get it because, we're still searching. But guess what? The good side of it is that you're searching for the truth, right? You're searching for yourself because the truth is you. So you're searching for the truth because you are saying indirectly when you search for the truth that you no longer want to be a part of the simulation. That's why you're searching for the truth and you're holding on to everything that comes into your way that is vibrationally sound until you decide to ascend from that aspect and move into something else that is going to be more vibrationally sound, right? Okay? So that's why you got the simulations and everything and the distractions, because you are saying, I know y'all told us not to question nothing, but there's a divine essence within deep down inside of Butter Love to say to question every goddamn thing. Question it all, because some shit about this shit ain't no more. I don't want to do it no more. And that's why you are questioning. That's why you're seeking. Seek and ye shall find. Knocking, the door shall be open. You're moving in the terms of, the Ankh and everything. And, Sumerians and Thoth and shit. You're going back into history because you're like, somewhere in this essence of this shit, it got to be some truth because it's something that I'm feeling that is no longer true to me, right? It's no longer true. So now because I'm searching for the truth, that's why this shift is happening. So when they start seeing that we were searching for the truth and we start questioning and we shall overcome and all this other kind of shit, it was like, we got to put some TV on some 24-hour rotation and the news on 24-hour rotation because we need these son of a guns to be on the same page and distracted from themselves, because if they ever go back to themselves, that is going to accelerate the ascension that cannot be prevented, because your coding to ascend is fixed and permanent. They cannot change that shit, but they sure as hell can distract you from it. And when I say they, I talk about the system that has created and run this matrix at a low density vibration to express energy from, because you are the truth expressing. You are consciousness expressing. I don't care what no other story come back and tell you. I will tell whoever telling this or whatever, your top scientists who can say whatever language and express it in big words and shit. I will tell them the same thing and stand firm and true. And I will tell them, tell me I'm lying. I'll wait. I don't care how many big words you use and what kind of book you got and what kind of knowledge you have in stories of what this simulation is. Tell me what I'm saying. Am I lying? Am I lying? I'll wait. Because I move from within. Divine knowing is what brings me here today with me saying what I'm saying. I don't care about your black magics. I don't care about your what's the name of that guy? Billy Carson's. I will tell them the same thing. Tell me I'm lying, bro. Tell me I'm lying. Right? Tell me I'm lying. Okay? Gratitude, Sincere. Thank you for coming. Sincere said he had to show some YouTube some love. I'm grateful. Right? Right? I don't care what doctrine. I don't care. You are indoctrinated to support the essence of this matrix in frequency and energy and vibration. Right? So your story is true for the matrix that created it. See, that's how I look at it. So I'm not going to tell you that you're lying. I ain't going to tell you. I'm grateful. Thank you. Thank you. Right? I'm not going to tell you you lying. Because I understand what has cultivated your knowing from an external value. But when you begin to move deep down inside of Buddy Love, that ain't got no books. They ain't got no books. Right? But I ain't knocking the books. But I don't move from no books. Right? I don't move from no books. Divine essence. Because I understand that no matter how many universes there is, no matter how many moons there is, no matter how many planets there is, no matter how many stars there is, no matter how many beings there is, no matter how much is everything, nothing at all, we are still consciousness expressing from various aspects of energy, frequencies, and vibrations. No matter where or how vast this universe is, from infinity and beyond. I don't care where you come from. You tell me I'm lying. When you peel back the layer, you can have a gazillion webs, a gazillion matrix. You can have an infinite amount of energy, vibration, and frequencies to express from. But at the end of the day, you pull back the race, you pull back the biology, you pull back the who, what, when, where, and why. And we, us, one is consciousness expressing in many variations of forms, right? Many forms, many dimensions, just energy. Damn right, Mr. Overy. Now one little thing on the hand. Woo, yeah, Mr. Overy. My question is, why are being capitalizing on knowledge? They are talking, the hood talk about being free, but are living off poor, make it, because you are in agreement with it, point blank and period. That's a part of the programming. And we are in agreement with it. And until we decide that we no longer want to experience that programming, it will commence to exist. Because we are ultimately the power that is giving it life to be viable. We're giving it viability. because we are in agreement. So when you are in a disagreement, the thing of it is that what people don't understand overstand is that when you are in disagreement with something, if you don't reallocate that energy into something that you are in agreement with, you leave that energy lingering to be a part of the essence of what you may not even agree with. You have to plug out of something and plug into something else, because whatever you plug into in terms of your source energy is what you're saying that you are in agreement with. You are agreement. I plugged out of that and I'm in agreement with this. So now we got to begin to understand how to become unified in terms of what it is that we truly want to experience. Plug out of the shit that we don't want to experience and plug into the shit that we do. Because ultimately we are the truth expressing. It is us that is needed for the simulation. It is us that is needed for the simulation. Your agreement, whether you agree or not, is valuable to the essence of it until you decide to plug into something that you truly want to experience. Nobody's not going to simplify it because everybody's too busy about talking about bringing the history back into the now moment. I'm dealing with the now. I'm dealing with the right now. What's going on right now? Right now, your skies is lighting up, right? And everybody think that it's the Anunnaki incoming. Everybody think it's Nibiru program. Everybody think that it's a simulation from what is it called? Blue, what is it called? Blue beam, or whatever the case may be. Program. Whole program. Well, divine, you can't say that what it is that is happening ain't true. I can say that it is true. It's true for you because you obviously plugged the fuck right into it. You got all your outlets into the shit, right? It's true for you, bro, sis. I'm grateful. That's what you want to do? That's what you want to do, right? Free will, in the essence of this particular matrix, cannot be violated. That's why they did that. That's why they gave y'all free will. So it ain't like that. Yeah, you can't stop that motherfucker from not knowing who the hell he is and he plugging in the shit. We got his energy because he don't know who the fuck he is. So free Willy. Okay? All the outlets. Yes. Right? Thank you, Laila. I know I said your name wrong on the YouTube side, but gratitude. Right? Right? So let's unify. That's why I say the beauty about the world, I'm on this, the world is a better place tour. While all of the other people are plugged into the essences of showing you destruction and telling you that the people them gonna die and everything, like I'm like over here kumbaya and playing my little reggae music with the bongos and shit, sipping a Bahama Mama and a pineapple and shit. I'm over here like yeah, this shit nice. And even if I lose my avatar, let me explain something to you about energy, right? Because you don't fear death. You don't fear nothing, really. You just really don't fear shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you might come across some shit that might make you scared for a moment. But, I always take pride in where I want my energy to reside. So when I transition, right? When I transition, I'm sure into the next phase of how I want to express energy. I'm not bound to a dense energetic expression. So I'm not afraid. You know what I'm saying? So, even though the majority, so my thing of it is like for those of you guys that are in the essence of the collective consciousness, looking for doom and gloom and shit. And so in the essence of that, because the majority rule, even though I ain't plugged into the shit and I'm plugged in what it is that I want to experience, but the majority, the trump card is the majority rules, right? Right? The majority is what's going to give you the vast projection of the reality that people are in agreement with, right? Collectively. Even though I'm plugged out and plugged into something else. So if I'm indirectly affected by the majority, because the majority is thinking doom and gloom and moving from illusionistic essence of separation and shit, and then I end up losing my avatar, I still got my integrity. When I lost my avatar, I was plugged into the reality that I wanted to experience energetically, vibrationally, and frequency, because I didn't compromise to the collective consciousness, because I knew the collective consciousness was on that bullshit that I didn't want to experience. So even if I lose my avatar, I'm plugged in where I want to go next. I'm plugged in. Deuces. Avatar gone, but my energy gonna carry on into the vibrational vortex of what it is that I truly want to experience, because I ain't scared of death. It's just y'all motherfuckers want to have doom and gloom and shit and plugged in and illusion and separation and I'm a victim and all this other kind of shit, go ahead and have your ass a glory. Go ahead and do what you want to do. I'll be over here. Okay? Now, what I love the collective consciousness, so the essence of me doing this live, right, is to say, okay, you got options, family. You got options. We got options. You know, I know you over there. And I get that's where you are, whether you are aware or unaware. But you got options. That's where I come in at. Okay? I ain't here to tell you what to do. I'm just letting you know you got options. Okay? You got options. Right? That's right. We are no victim. You're just choosing the programming of experiences that gives you the experience to express from victim consciousness. So that's giving you your power back when you know that you are making the choice to experience victim consciousness. That's me giving you your power back, me reminding you of your power. I can't make you, right? I cannot make anybody do anything. I can't make you, right? I can't make you, but I can remind you of the power and the beautiful soul that you are. You are a miracle walking in the flesh. You are a miracle walking in the flesh. Powerful, right? Powerful. Powerful, you guys, right? It is your energy that is constituting the programming of this simulation. And these things through media is keeping you distracted from self because you are coded to ascend. And when you focus on yourself and not be motivated by the distraction, then guess what? That makes the ascension go a lot faster. Because now you're not focused on the dense energy to distract you from the purity of your essence of ascending from the density. Just look at it that the distractions is there in the dense energy that is supporting it is to keep you tethered to it. To keep you away from yourself because you are naturally, innately coded to ascend. So if I can distract you to the vibration that will keep you in the essence of the simulation or the programming, then that takes you off the focus of you unplugging from the density and ascending into a vibrational vortex. Okay, ascending. Okay, ascending is rising, right? The word for ascension is to rise, right? So okay, so look at like I use the what's the name? I used the balloon, right? Yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before yesterday? Shit, I've been on here every day. I don't know what I lose. I use when you put helium in a balloon. Okay? So helium, right, is connected. It's an energy source, right? It's an energy source to help to make you light as a feather, right? Right? Lifting the thoughts of what keeps you bound, densely bound, okay? Now, when you have that, I'm giving you a visual. So when you have that balloon, right? Now, if you don't put that weight on the balloon, on that string, then it's going to rise. It's going to ascend. It's light as a feather. It ain't tethered to this. It's like no wires. No wires. I'm free. I'm pulling off all the wires and shit, right? I'm ascending. I ain't tethered down. I'm not weighted down with thoughts. I'm not weighted down with problems. I'm not weighted down with lower density things. I'm ascending. I'm rising, right? I got my consciousness is the helium. So my helium is free from all obstructions of density to keep me bound. Now, here I am, still got consciousness, right? I still got helium. I still got helium, but I got that weight. So as long as I got that weight on there, I'm just going to be bobbing and weaving, right? Bobbing and weaving because I'm weighted down. I'm still tethered. I'm still tethered to the density, right? Because I got to cut the cords, right? I got to cut the cords. I got to cut the way I think in a dense essence of change your mind, change your life, sis. That's my girl. That's my girl. Don't. That's my sis. That's my sis. That's my sis. Hercules. That's my sis. My sis Mary say yes. Change your mind, change your life. Yes. Unplug from the shit. Like when Neo Neo say, you gotta unplug. See the sis, right? They put the sis. Okay, it was something that Tyler said, and it kind of like correlated me to give you guys this example. It just came to me. You know how in the Matrix, right? They have this plug right here on the, what they call it, the cerebral vortex or something like that, that connects to the Abdullah Manjada or whatever. I don't know the medical terminology, but y'all get the gist of what I'm saying. So it's right here in the back of your neck, right? So every time they want to unplug Neo from the Matrix, right? He's unplugged from Abdullah Gonzala or whatever, the whatever that is, right? Okay. Cerebral cortex, yes. Okay. That is, but it's another word. Is it the Abdullah Gonzala or some shit like that? Shit, I renamed it. Oh shit, the Abdullah something. Y'all know what I'm talking about. In terms of medulla yes. Hercules, thank you, Mr. Albert Medulla oblongata. Yes, I can't even say it, but y'all know the gist of what I'm saying. So now the system is plugged in to your cerebral cortex of the medulla oblongata, the central aspect of how you think. So it controls your thoughts. Thank you, Swaggertrons. So it's controlling your thought process so that you can be a part of the programming. So this is where you're plugged in, adding to the matrix through thoughts, through things, through people, places, persons, and things, right? Right? So when they pull the plug, you come back up like, you're coming back up like, and now you're breathing, because now you're back to your truth, absolute aspect of expression. You're back to your absolute, which is consciousness. You're conscious now. Remember I told you guys a couple of days ago, we are consciousness that was unconscious, and now we are consciousness that's conscious. We were consciousness that was sleep, and unaware, and now we're consciousness that's coming into our state of awareness. Okay. Hi, Alice. Gratitude for your presence on the YouTube side. Thank you for being here. Right? Yes, Christine, the Matrix. Yes, right. I just had to use that analogy so that we can have some type of visual to make some, to make an assimilation to. Okay. Association and assimilation, okay? Right? So that's the way. So this is the way it looks to me. Now, I know that somebody might come on here, and I don't, like I said, I'm not in the challenging mode. But I would say, can somebody tell me in this live where I am wrong? I don't care how I put it, how I laid it down. Am I wrong? I'm freeing. I am offering freedom. Okay? The true essence, because I'm not bound by any simulation. Energetically, I'm not energetically bound. I'm free. Right? All is permissible, especially with the Matrix. This simulation, I'm telling you guys, the simulation is only telling you what's on the agenda, right? Programming 2023, programming 2024, this is the agenda. We're doing this. This is the agenda. So we're putting it out there. This is what we're planning on doing. Are you game? Are you down? Is this what you want to experience? Are you game? Are you game? You ready? Ready, set, go. You game? And then you looking at this shit like, I don't want to do this shit. Oh, what the fuck they got going on? No, this is a simulation of moving from a dense energetic expression. This is a simulation of moving from the illusion of separation. This is a simulation to move from outside. You're moving from outside of self. This is what's all about. So everything that's on this programming is synonymous to what this simulation truly provides. And that's moving from an alternate state of being. Because you are the truth expressing. Your consciousness expressing energy. Now you tell me somebody that can come and tell me that I'm wrong. I'll wait. What am I saying, Amari Harmon? I'm saying that you are consciousness expressing. I'm saying that the pulling back the layers of who you are in terms of the true essence of you, you are consciousness expressing energy. So when we begin, okay, I'm grateful. I may be wrong to you, but I'm right for me. That's the most important thing, right? And you have the ability to express your rightness. Because I have no judgment as to what your rightness is, baby. The rightness is right for you. However your now moment is presenting itself to you in this very essence of this very second, its millimeter of the second is so right for you. I have no judgment in terms of how you as consciousness want to express your energy in this now moment and the belief systems that cultivates the expression of that energy. The only thing that I will say is make sure that your belief systems are yours and not nobody else's. That's the only thing that I got to say. Right? Right? That's the only thing I got to say. Just make sure they're your shit. Creator. Divine creator that could create the reality that they want to create without having any type of external influence. Make sure that how you creating your now moment is your shit. That you got to patent it on the shit that you creating. Because God knows that this simulation sure be patenting shit to make sure that they say, yeah, I'm the creator of the corona. I'm the creator of the hot sauce 19. I'm the creator of what else that say they be created? I'm the creator of the Omicron. I'm the creator of the HPV vax, right? I'm the creator of this. I'm the creator that they show patent they shit. So patent yours. Patent yours. That's all I got to give you an advice. But I appreciate your now moment, Mr. Amari Harmon, or however you say your name. Gratitude that you are here and you express. And I am grateful. Right? How do you say your name? Abdul. Y'all got some names? Abdul. What's up, Abdul? Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here. Right? Oh, I am so excited, you guys, because, being in this space is very liberating. It's very, very free. Amari Homer. Hercules. Right? It is very freeing. It's very liberating. And I'm so grateful to be into this space. I hope that, everything that I've said here, because guess what? The world is a better place. It's a beautiful place to be. You can pick, choose, and refuse wisely the experiences that you want to experience once you begin to understand that everything that the system has to tell you is just looking at it from an essence of it being on the agenda. You have the ability to pick, choose, and refuse what it is that you want to invest your energy for, to have that relative reality or that experience. Patent your own essence of how you want to express energy. You are in control. You are a divine being. You are divinely expressing energy through consciousness, right? Pulling back the layers. When you pull back the layers and no longer moving in the essence of the physical side of expression of energy or the incarnate side of expressing energy, you are consciousness expressing. Right, picking an expressional value of energy that creates experiences. Okay, and know that you can. The alternate side to that is people like me. You know what I'm saying? That that not necessarily look like me, but express like me, energetically express like me. Because sometimes we got to take away from the looks of it all and realize how the energy is being expressed. So for those that are expressing like me, right, energetically, right, I'm inclined to believe that they are moving in the essence of their frequency because they are not tethered or they have pulled the plug from experiences that no longer serves them. Okay, that no longer serves them. Right. And when you move into that space, it is very, very freeing. It's very, very liberating. Okay. And the world is a better place. This my shit. All my girls, stop your feet like this. Okay. Boom, boom, boom. This my shit. You girls have your feet like this. Doom, doom. Whose song that is, Mr. Over? I don't know that one. I just done made up and put a tune to it. I don't even know who that is, but that's about right. Yes, you are in control, right? You are in control. Absolutely. You are in control because you are a beautiful divine essence that's choosing to express from this simulation. That's it. Right? Don't look at my face and my color and, the race and face and all that other kind of stuff. Those are constructs, right? Moving from the prokaryotic cell and the eukaryotic cell and everything. Those are very true, but they are constructs. They are constructs for the simulation of the programming for us to move from the illusion of separation. The illusion of separation is a programming, right? Gwen and Stefan. Oh, Gwen. Okay, I don't know that one. I don't know that song. I had to listen to it, right? Okay. So that's the beauty about this world is a better place. You are the world. Holla back, girl. If you see what's a holla back, girl. It's not, ain't no holla back. No holla back. That's not it. Girl. Is that the one y'all talking about? I don't know. I don't know. I had to listen to the song. I had to listen to the song. All right, you guys. Do you guys have any questions on the YouTube side or on the IG side that you guys would like for me to give my perspective about? And let me tell you something. I don't have no definitive answer, y'all. Hey, let me tell y'all this. I am not well studied. I am not well read. And a lot of things that I'm not, in terms of, what is socially acceptable is to deem credible. I am not that person. I'm not the way that we have been cultivated and constructed in terms of what is valuable and credible. I am so the opposite of that, right? But nevertheless, I am willing to answer the question that is based off, my internal essence. Don't retract the message now, Mr. Armani Harmon. I already done screenshotted it. Hercules. Right? But I'm not well studied. I'm not literal, right? I'm not into books or anything like that. So I'm not what, is deemed credible in terms of credentialed, okay, in terms of how you guys, validate information. I am moving on my own accord. I am sharing this information of myself within you, and this is all me. It's all me, you guys. No influence. All deep down inside of Buddy Love. Screenshot liberties, yeah. And I am grateful, for this expression. You know what I'm saying? I'm grateful to be in this space. It is just a freeing thing, but I'm not bound. The thing about stories and different things of that nature, it tethers you, it holds you hostage because you can't let go of the story. You find value and benefit in that story for whatever the reason why you are holding on to that essence. But if that story is dense, or if it moves you into the illusion of separation, that is a programmable you. That's a programming, right? Because energetically, it is holding you to the energy. Can you say hi to me? My name is Chloe. Hi, Chloe from the Everything channel. Gratitude for your presence. Thank you for being here on the YouTube side. She said, can you say hi to me? My name is Chloe. Hi, Chloe. I know I said your name wrong. Chloe, right? Am I vegan? No, I am not. I'm not vegan. I just decided not to consume meat, but I am not vegan. Okay, I'm not a label. I'm not a label. I just made a decision that I do not want to consume flesh. Right? Okay. So that's the thing. Labels restricts you. Okay. The Swaggertrons asked me, am I vegan, you guys, on IG. So to show you how free I am, it ain't got nothing to do with me being vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian, what is it called? Pescatarian, fruitarian, or anything like that. It don't have anything to do with it, right? It's just me making a choice of what it is that how I want to integrate with my vessel. Okay, energetically integrate with my vessel. So I choose not to energetically integrate my vessel by consuming flesh, because how I understand flesh that is dead I correlated to dense energy being consumed. So I'm giving my avatar dense energy, right? So what can I use if I'm escaping density, right? If I'm escaping density, why would I consume density, right? If I no longer am in agreement with expressing from density, why am I consuming dense energy, right? So that's how I look at it. So I'm not committed to any labels. Okay, labeling is a construct to keep you tethered to experiences, right? Am I married? Yeah, what they got to do with this live? What you want to correlate that to? Yes, I'm married to a lot of things, right? I'm married to myself in terms of the metaphysical side of expression of energy of knowing thyself. I'm married in the essence of this simulation to how the simulation. I do agree with that programming, right? In that essence, let's see what happens. Um, What you need to know that for? So you back and forth from IG over here to the other side? Lord have mercy. I done created a monster. I done told y'all it simultaneously. So y'all go from one side to the goddamn go next. I'm just saying, you are very interested. Oh, you're just curious. It's okay. It's all right. But yeah, that's just me. I'm everything yet I'm nothing. How about that? I'm everything, yet I am nothing. Right? I plug into some of the programs that I do want to experience. One of the programmings that is moving from an external value is marriage. Another programming that is moving from an external value is a part of the working game. The working, I work. I'm not on my job, right? My job is this. I would love, the funniest thing in terms of, what I would love to do would be something like this. I love, speaking in front of people and different things of that nature. But, this right now, in terms of what I love to talk about, I think it's not on the right frequency band um, to for it to be lucrative. You know what I'm saying? Because my platforms are held back significantly. I greatly. You can't be me and not attract people. I attract people just outside of this. Like, people just love me. They just love me. Right. So I know that when, being on this platform, it's being somewhat controlled, but it's okay. You know what I'm saying? I'm not here to capitalize off of this. However, this is something that I love to do. That's why I could be on here for hours and hours and not even really miss the time, because I love expressing in this way. All right. So yeah, so that's pretty much me, y'all. Y'all know, the front of the class, they know who I am. The ones that are always here, they get me. They get me 110, 1,000, right? How can we create it? You can. You know what I'm saying? If the reason, okay, so like, for instance, this is what I love to do, right? This is what I love to do. So I do this effortlessly. Like, this is effortless for me. Well, how can you help it? Y'all subscribe, and then YouTube unsubscribes you. You know how many I done got in the last, because I'm active on YouTube now, they've unsubscribed 2 people already. Right? So you guys are doing you guys' part. To share, sharing the content and different things of that nature. I've been told that my content is being shared, that people are sharing it, but it's not, it's not materializing in the essence of showing proof that it's being shared. You know what I'm saying? Because of, what's going on. So, that's how I know that I'm onto something, because this dense energy don't want this type of energy being expressed, because people will be beginning to plug out. That's, because I speak natural. I don't use stories from the past. I speak in this now moment. I don't use story for the past. You get the true rawness from me right now, in the manner to which the only way that I know how to express it, with the only examples that I can pull out of my, head to show you in examples. I'm not calculated. I'm not orchestrated. I am very natural. I'm very natural. I'm very pure. I'm very honest. Right? So, it is what it is. But I love doing it. It doesn't stop me, because I'm not doing it for monetary gain. But do I love, if I could get paid to do something like this or whatever the case may be, shit, I would be on here. Y'all would be so sick of me. Y'all be like, she on here again? Oh my God, what else? Y'all probably like, oh my God, what. And then again, y'all probably be like, what Divine got to say today? Yes. Mr. Over says, you absolutely make sense what you're explaining. I'm grateful. Thank you. Cosmo says, too, and you make so much sense in doing so. I am grateful. Thank you. I'm so grateful. Yeah, I love doing this. I love being in this space. I love doing this. And so therefore, this is what I would do for free, because I'm doing it for free. Right. I don't, I don't make no money in doing this, and I'm on here every day. Every time I get a download, I'm on here. I'm on here sharing, because this is what I love to do. So that's why it's so important. So let me tell you how it benefits me. Now I'm gonna tell you now, it may not monetarily benefit me through this medium, but however, because I'm expressing in the essence, in truth and in happiness, it is now placing me in alignment, maybe not through this medium, but through something else, because I'm in alignment with that frequency and that vibration. So it may not come necessarily through IG or Instagram. It may come through another different essence, because I'm consistent with the energy that I want to express, in the vibration that I want to express it in the frequency that I want to express it in. So this is why it's important to do something throughout the day that you love to do, because that is you sending the message to the universe in high vibration and in high frequency. This is what I want to express. This is the vibration and the frequency that I want my relative reality to project to me. So then now you will begin to move in an essence of a different matrix that is moving from a higher vibrational essence of energetic expression and frequency, so that you could garner those experiences in that high vibrational essence of frequency. Okay. And you never met a stranger, and therefore you'll always be supported through your journey. Yes, that's the beauty about doing what you love, Mr. Over. Yes, because you don't necessarily have to be in alignment with the IG and everything. It could be a complete stranger and be like, would you like to come on my show and broadcast and everything, or do something? It could be something totally outside of the forms of, just IG and Instagram. I mean, Instagram and YouTube. Right? It could be because it's an aligning force of energy that somebody else can come into, you can come into alignment with, that will afford you an opportunity to express in that way. So therefore, and I might be speaking something into existence right now. You never know. But, but I'm consistent, because this is something that I would do for free. Like with the knowing and everything, people come in, they charge you, say, well, if you take my class for $5.99 or $29.99, then I'll give you the keys to how to be successful. But the key to being successful is to simply know that you are success, right? It's the knowing that you are success. That's the key. That's the key. Now, if they decide to show you how to manipulate these platforms so that it can you can monetarily gain from it, then I'm not your girl on manipulation in that regard, right? I haven't mastered manipulating dense energy or whatever. I just know how to be myself, right? And if myself is manipulating it, then I'm doing a good goddamn job. But if it takes a special way to manipulate energy and its density, then that's something that I don't know if I ever decide to do something like that, because I just love this space that I'm in. So if this space is naturally manipulating, then I'm good to go. You know what I'm saying? But if I have to stop and try to learn how to manipulate this energy, then that ain't me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't on that. Let's see. Absolutely. You are. Okay, grateful. All right, you guys, I've been on here for 150 minutes. That's a long time, because 60 and 60 is 120. That's 2 hours. 20, 30, 40, 50. So I've been on here 2.5 hours. And I think I've said a lot. But I hope that, the essence of what I've said serves beneficial, so that you guys can know that all of these things that this media, social media, mainstream media, some of the people that are looking at the skies and different things of that nature, just understand that you have a choice. Pick and choose wisely. All right. Mr. Ulrich, let me see here. We got KJ, Papaya, Mr. Ulrich, the Swagatrons, D83Z0, Jazz, CGC, and Dirt the Burt. I know I said that wrong, but I didn't mean to chop and screw up your name. But gratitude for you guys' presence and maintaining this longevity in this long live. I'm very, very grateful for you guys to being here. And Nina Booski, Carissa, and let me see who else, and all else who's over here that I don't know who's here. Gratitude for the YouTube side. I am grateful. Thank you for being here and being a part of this synergy in good space. Papaya girl, hey mama, gratitude. I'm grateful. Thank you for being on this space. I'm grateful. All right. Deeth Albert said hi everyone. All right, you guys. Peace in the Middle East. The world is a better place, just you and me. We are the world. We are the children. We are the ones who make a brighter day. So let's start giving. Thank you, Cosmos. I appreciate it so much. Thank you for holding down the fort on both sides. There's a choice we're making. We're making a choice. We're saving our own life. We're saving our own life. It's true to make a better day. Just you and me. I love you guys. Later.